It's never get old, right?
Never. Mm-mm.
Yeah, hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to our live. So we're so excited to be here with you. If you are familiar with our lives and my channel, welcome back. If you are not familiar, we talk about in this channel about spirituality, how it relates to the relationships you're having with yourself and with others. And we talk about all the emotional stuff, people pleasing, needing external validation, and all the dark night of the soul. All the people, not a lot of people talk about it. So if it's legal, you can talk about it right here. This is your safe place. So feel free to ask question in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, to ask question in the comments, and we'll be answering your questions. Mani, how are you doing
Absolutely.
today? How are you doing today, Mani?
Oh, it's wonderful, beautiful day outside, fresh air. We get a bit of a cold front coming into Florida. It's wonderful
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah, how are
Yeah,
you doing? Thumbs
I'm
up?
good. I'm good. Being grateful and thankful every day. So today's topic: Are you
It's a good
feeling
one.
drained? Are you feeling drained? Have you ever walked into a room and finally, and all of a sudden, you felt drained and exhausted and tired with no apparent reason, right? So you might be absorbing other people's energy, right? And the truth is that you don't have to, right? And sometimes, another good thing that sometimes is actually not about them, it's about us and the way we react to those other people, right? That feed
This is
off our
true.
energy. So, what do you think about this topic, Mani?
Oh, this is a wonderful one. Especially when you're, anywhere in your spiritual journey, when you're
Yeah,
becoming aware of energy, frequency, vibration, and you become really, really good at reading people when you go into a room and you start realizing, oh my gosh, like when I come away from that interaction with those people, I just feel so tired and I
yeah,
don't know why. Like, why is this draining me? And then you figure it out. Oh my gosh, like you're allowing your energy to interact with theirs, and they're attracted to your light, to your positivity, to your
yes,
vibration. It's like a moth to a flame. They can't they
right,
and most times they don't know they're doing it.
right.
Hey,
Hey,
uh
Eric, good to see you.
so
Feel free to
you
ask
know,
questions. Yeah.
oh yes. Yeah. So being cognizant of these things is really,
Mm-hmm,
really important for your
mm-hmm.
progression in your journey.
Yes, so in this live, we are going to talk about why are you feeling drained when you are around others, right? And how to change it and how to protect your energy. I have few techniques, like really cool techniques for you. Yeah. Okay. So you know what? Like you said, Manny, everyone, like you said, Manny, we don't have control over what kind of people we attract into our lives. In a way, we do. We'll talk about it later. But it's like especially when you become like enlightened or whatever you're going through your spiritual awakening, you have no control over what type of people are going to be drawn into your light and into your energy, right? And sometimes this is not your cup of tea, right? Right? And yes, so so it's all about that. Just realize that there are so many people with so many different energies, but because we call it empath, right? In the spiritual community, I'm an
We do.
empath. I feel other people energy. I can be in public or whatever, and actually I do too. I don't like crowded elevators, and I don't love to be with where there's a crowded people, right? But but the real key is you, because we don't have control over how other people react, or what kind of trauma do they have, right? Or what they project to us, right? So the only person that we have control over is us,
This is true.
right?
Yes.
So what do you think about it, Marnie?
So I'm pretty sure we all know people in our lives, if not ourselves, that
Everyone.
so hi. So tell you what, when we're like little, we're taught basically that we are wide open to everybody. Everybody needs to have access to the full
Right.
you, sort of thing, like we are in service to each other, which at its core is correct, but it's missing some really important elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
So we open ourselves out to energy, whether it be good or bad. Hurt, hurt people, hurt others.
Yes.
So I know everybody will know somebody who needs to curb their time spent around certain people, be they friends or family, because the opinions of these friends and family weigh very, very heavily on them. So you can go into a room just feeling absolutely amazing, like everything's on point today, and you interact with these people and you come out going like, "Oh my
Exactly.
gosh, my life sucks. This is horrible. Like they're telling me all these
Exactly.
things are wrong." Mm-mm-mm.
So,
No,
point number one, you are allowed to limit your exposure to certain people. And even if it's family, and especially when it's family, you know what? When it's family, it's more tricky because most likely you're not going to cut them out of your life, right? But you need to do it in a way that will be, because you don't owe anything to anyone, right? But I'm not saying that we are not need to be respectful, and also you're allowed to live your life for yourself. So if it's all about, especially with family, it's about limit your exposure and start to put boundaries, because a lot of the time, even after we grown and evolve, the thing with family, that they know the old you, the old version of you, right? So even if you've grown and evolved, they're not, a lot of the time they're not going to sit, and especially if you are going through a spiritual awakening, most of the time your family, it's not that, awakened, or, I'm not judging you, right? But most likely a lot of the time we had like a little challenging childhood, right? And our parents are, a little bit challenging sometimes. So you're allowed to put boundaries, right? And this is who I am. So either you have two choices. Sometimes if they don't understand, and you know what, it's not, I don't like it when you talk to me in that way, but actually you're not going to change them, especially if they are older. You can't change them,
yes,
right? But you can say, you know what, this is who I am. So either you're going to accept me as I am right now, you're going to resist it. You choose, right?
exactly, exactly. It's
Mm-hmm.
becoming cognizant of your own energy, your own resources, and establishing some healthy boundaries. And we're taught when we're
Mm-hmm.
little, okay, no, there's no boundaries, sort of thing. Like you're always wide open for everybody to tell their opinions
Right.
of you, and you need to internalize them, sort of thing. We're not taught how to let those feelings, those emotions that those sentences get us to feel. So yeah,
And
it's a bit of a balancing act, and it's stuff to learn, right? Like we can only meet people
yes,
where they are. Number one, we have to honor everybody else's journey that they're on.
exactly.
Number two,
Exactly.
no. So,
Exactly.
hi everybody,
Hi everyone. Hi everyone.
welcome.
Exactly. Yeah, and you know what? That but now I want to approach it from a different angle. Sometimes, when we feel other people energy, you know what's the draining part? It's not them, it's us. It's the way we respond, right? It's the way we react, right? Because when you know that you are going to, let's say, a meeting with people that are not really like your people, that's not really your people, and they're going to be there like, like people that you don't like their energy, or they're like feed off your energy, or whatever. What's really the issue is the way you choose to react, because you have like a perception before you see that people, oh, so now I'm going to see these people and, I'm going to feel drained. It's like in a way, self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
It can be, yeah.
But yes, but the issue is that what is the core issue? That you feel drained because you're not allowing yourself to be yourself around them. Maybe you have fears, like valid fears, like of being judged, or of being told what to do or what's best for you. So you need like to put a facade in a way, and it can be really draining. Oh, no, I'm good. No, you know but if you have like a safe emotional space that you can be yourself, so most likely you'll be more open, you'll be more sharing. So what if one of the solution is allowing yourself to be yourself 100% without considering how other people are going to perceive you, right? And again, I'm not saying to be disrespectful, just to be yourself, to express your real self, right? And let that other people choose, right? Whether they like it or not.
No,
And so,
absolutely.
and you know what? And sometimes, okay, this is your immediate circle, but let's say you are in public. Let's say you're going to the gym, right? You don't have control over the type of people you are going to meet at the gym, right?
Mm.
Like I shared with you yesterday, there's like I'm in my at my gym, there's like a lady, God bless her. She every time I'm walking into the gym, she's like staring at me, and she's really I'm not judging, okay? But she's really loud, and and when I see people, I can sense the childhood trauma, right? Again, I'm not judging everyone been through their trauma, but maybe she just wants validation and attention because she's so loud and stuff, right? So what are you doing in those kind of situation when you can't really limit your exposure to these people because what you want to go to the gym or you want to go to whatever, to the mall or something, right? So there's like a really cool technique that I learned that's going to help you to protect your energy. So, okay, so we have like an energy field that we can see around our body, right? So if someone is feeding off your energy, you feel drained because it's like someone is entering your private space. Let's say you feel uncomfortable, right? Yeah, you feel uncomfortable because it is like entering your private space, right? So if you are in public and you want to control your energy, or you feel someone, have you ever walked into a room and feel someone staring at you? Like, these people, like, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, how are you doing? And like, but the energy is like a lot of the time of haters. Like, hey, how are you doing? But feel the energy. So how do you protect your energy? There's a cool technique that I learned. You can imagine a light energy field surrounding your body, right? And just imagine like you have a bullseye in the center of your chest, right? And by moving your hand, you're controlling this energy field. So let's say, because if someone is feeding off your energy, so he wants to take your energy, right? But if you have a bullseye, you can just, put it towards your chest and imagine your energy field is being pulled in, right? And not being like that someone is want to take your energy away from you. So you are pulling your energy back in, right? Even you can do it like this if you have no problem, right? And a lot of money, many energy vampires everywhere. Yeah, they actually, if you on come light. And I'm not saying that we are perfect or better than everybody else. We just create more awareness and we do the inner work,
Yes.
right? So it shows. So people feel it in a subconscious way. They like, well, you know what, Money? I get it all the time. People are, why are you smiling about? This is my default state. This is my default.
Okay.
When I grew up in my teenage, I experienced from home. So despite of actually, because of those experiences, I've done a lot of inner work. So now this is my default state. Like, so people, why are you smiling about? Like, this is really, rare. You are not supposed to smile. You need to be like heavy and serious. No. This is how it's supposed to be. No. You got it all wrong. Like, I'm sorry. And people being suspicious. Like, what are you smiling about? No, like something happened. No, so in a subconscious way, they want to also experience and I'm not saying
Yeah.
because we know when you're on a spiritual path,
Okay.
you are going through a lot of ups and downs and
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of dark periods, and just like a diamond, it's like it's a rough rock, so it's been through a lot until it becomes like a shiny diamond, right? So, but we have our days, right? But in general speaking, most of the population, they don't have the tools, or if they know the tools, they don't want to do the inner work, right?
No, absolutely true. So there's also, again, we can only meet people where they're at. Our light
Mm-hmm.
is going to the light that we radiate outwards by being our authentic selves while we're on this spiritual awakening journey, while we are always becoming, we are
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, like messy masterpieces in works, right?
Yes,
we're we don't get to control who gets attracted to us, but we do
right,
get to become cognizant of the fact that at some points we do need to protect our own energy. Now, energy is
right,
never created or destroyed, it gets transmuted. All that there ever was, and that becomes a really interesting thought later on. But again, protecting the authentic self, because not everybody that is on this journey has the right to have access to your authentic
right.
self.
You remember
Hi.
me? I think that you're from Australia, right? Let's say if I have good memory. Are you from Australia?
Swayam Buria? Swayam
Maybe.
Swayam. Swayam. I think it's I need new glasses.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
So
Okay, so you know what? And especially for us empath.
uh, India. That was gonna
Oh,
be my
India.
guess.
Sorry, India. Yeah. Good to have you. If you have questions, go ahead and ask. Today's topic is, are you feeling drained by others people energy? Are you an empath? Right? So feel free to ask questions. And you know what? Especially for us empaths who feel other people energy, first, sometimes, I consider myself an empath too, but sometimes we need to be careful to not do it like our identity. Oh, I'm an empath, I feel other people's energy. Because in a way, we are programming ourselves that this is how it's going to be. We can't be, in public places, right? So in a way, just don't do it like in a way like a victim. I know that not many people are going to like it, but don't do it like you are a victim because you feel other people energy. Sometimes it can be actually a gift, right? So how it all started, we haven't talked about it. How it all started, right? It started since we were children, right? Especially if we grew up in a household that they're really like a judgmental parents, or you need to make them happy, right? Or you need to please your parents, right? Because otherwise you get you got a punishment or something, or or you're going to get this when you succeed in your exam, or when you're going to clean up your room, then you're going to then we're going to give you like money. So it's all been like a
Conditioned.
outcome. Yeah, conditioned, right? Conditioned. So we grow up, and right now, if I'm going to say something, my dad is not going to like it. So we're like became like we have like little sensors. Oh, we need to adjust ourselves according to their energy. So we grow up, we think that this is how it's supposed to be. We have to make adjustment to not, make other people feel uncomfortable, or to have got to big like tension with others, or to not rock the boat. Why? That everything is going to be like smooth sailing. No, no, I'm just going, no, 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 no. This is why you feel drained. Why? Because you're like, in a way, you're not letting your true light to shine. You're making yourself, you're making yourself smaller than others, or you think that it's your job to keep the peace, like if it was your job to keep the peace in the family. So you need just to be a yes man, and just
Walking
to,
on
but
eggshells. You
yeah,
got it.
and then, yeah, walking on eggshells, yeah. And then you don't understand why you feel drained, why you feel like, in a way, unauthentic. You can't be authentic, you can't be your true self. You need to be like a chameleon. You need to shift yourself, right,
Yep.
according to other people's energy, to make them feel good. But what about you? What about your needs? What about what you need? Right? It's not your job to please others, because we think that pleasing others, for others to like us. I heard like few YouTube videos talking about it, and it's like a kind of manipulation, because you're changing yourself to receive their love, right?
Or their acceptance. And acceptance
Yeah, or
in
their
the little
acceptance,
ego mind, the acceptance is needed for your survival. That's what we're hired wired with from when
right?
we're
And
little, right?
yeah, and it's not your job to change yourself to receive other people acceptance of love. You just need to, it sounds cheesy, to be yourself. And you know what? The right people, like I said before, you can't push away people that are meant for you, right?
Exactly.
You can't push them away. So what is which is asking?
Is a chameleon a millionaire?
Yeah, a chameleon has million colors, right? And it's exhausting, because you don't know who you're supposed to be around others. You lose yourself, right? And then you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You're just going to sleep at night, and you know what? And you don't know, and you just don't know.
So here creating you had brought this up earlier, is that when we're around people that we know drain
Mm-hmm.
our energy, but we are somehow obligated to be around them if it's a family event or whatever. So limiting exposure isn't rude, it's healthy. Now there's never a cause to be rude.
Mm-hmm.
You always have to be civil unless somebody doesn't get the
Yes.
point. Okay, bring out the heavy guns. But but if you find a way to limit your exposure to these people, like that is not a bad deal. Don't ever think that, you're a bad person because you can't spend time around XYZ person that you're
Yeah.
expected to.
And you know what? And you know what? The problem, like I said, the problem with family, that they know your old identity, right? They know your old
This is true.
identity. And a lot of the time, there's an unhealthy attachment with family members, right? And it's not, it's also, it's hard, not just for them if you put boundaries, it's also going to be hard for you, because this is not familiar to you, right? You're
Exactly.
familiar to please them or to do as they say. Otherwise, you are a bad son or daughter, right? And a lot of the time, a lot of family members use guilt trip, you know, like I've done for you, you know.
Manipulation. Hmm.
Yeah, so they're not that innocent, your family members. They're not that innocent, right? Chiriz in shade, some working environment can be extremely toxic. Yeah, oh, that's another thing. You know what? Should I start talking about the haters, money? I think that every human, especially enlightened beings, they have haters. They have haters, right? Because they emanate. How do you say this for emanate? Right? A lot of
Hmm.
light and a lot of like maybe self. If you done the inner work, self acceptance and like the haters that just just they will do anything, like, so if you are talking about the working environment, they can
That's
go
a
to
good
your
one.
boss and say, I experienced it myself, and spread lies about you or distorted thing, because a lot of the time, unfortunately, it comes from jealousy, right, and competition. It's all about the ego,
In
right?
comparison. Yep.
Yeah, the comparison game, right? I'm better than you. You know what? So, and they just like, they don't have a lot of self confidence. And you know what? Like, when I see like haters, and I used to see haters, like, I just, smile. Oh,
All you can do is just wish them well on their journey.
yeah, wish them that. But also, again, and this is where the boundaries, especially for us empath, even in a toxic work environment, this is your responsibility to put boundaries. And I don't care if those coworkers or it's your boss. You know, of course, you need to be respectful. And also, when you know the value you bring to the table, I have like I have no filters in regards to these things, because I think that people appreciate you more when you are authentic and when you are expressive and when you are when you are protecting your values, right? So I think that
Yes.
people will respect you more rather than being a yes man, and then you're going to feel better, because even if you are like, I want to say, because I think I have a feeling that a lot of people experience it, like toxic work environment, right?
Now,
Yeah.
not at the place where I'm at, sort of thing, but in past environments, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So
There's a lot of like, and I'm sure a lot of people out here can attest as well. If you're in a work environment where the mindset is predominantly conformity, um, along with the whole, hey, we're in grade school, and I get to run things, and you do as I tell you, or you know this or XYZ. I mean, yeah, that
yeah.
is that
So
wears on your
about
energy horribly.
the toxic work environment, if let's say someone is spreading lies or whatever, so you are obligated to protect yourself, right? You don't need to be nice. So even if you
Civil.
are a nice person and you are loving and compassionate, if someone start to, just to say things about you that are not true or whatever, or trying to, throw you under the bus or whatever,
Hmm.
this is your responsibility to put boundaries, even though it's hard, or even though it's going to create some kind of tension, right? So, what are the options? If you want to put boundaries or you're not putting boundaries, what are the options to continue to, to suffer or whatever with those people, right? and to take all this energy and to carry it with you and to start to be resentful inside and to smile like everything is okay, or just, to protect yourself, which you are allowed 100%. This is your right to protect yourself, right? And, even if you are going to create tension, you're going to feel free. You're going to free yourself, right? Because when we are not expressive or put boundaries, that energy we carry it with us, right? Like a bag of stones or rocks, right? So this is your responsibility, especially as someone that is empath, that feel other people energy. Yes, so there's like few things that you can do. If someone, let's say, is gossiping and you're not all about gossiping, so yeah, you can distance yourself. You know what? I need to go. I can, like, whatever. Just don't entertain this energy, right? So there's a lot of ways that you can protect your energy. So you can distance yourself, like, physically. You can change the subject. And if it's someone that you have control over, like one of your friends, so you can eliminate the time. You can limit the exposure that you have to this person. And if you are in public and you have no control over other people's energy, this is the time to practice and to use techniques. Like I said before, like imagine like a bullseye in the center of your chest, and you pulling in all your energy field, and then like others can touch you. And another thing, Manny, it's being present. And being present, it's about, there's a saying, Eckhart Tolle in the book The Power of Now, he's talking about the inner body. So you know what is the inner body? Let's say, Manny, let's close your eyes for a second. Your right hand, you can feel it, right?
Yeah,
Even though you cannot see it, right?
correct.
And maybe you feel like tingling or whatever, right?
Hmm.
So this is your inner body. Okay, so if you put your attention on the inner body, instead of, because a lot of the time when we feel drained, we are not really anchored in the present moment, and the inner body is like an anchor to the present moment, because you feel like you literally feel your body more, right? You feel like more anchored, more connected to the ground. So when you are this is a wonderful way to protect your energy, right? Because you're not, your energy, even when you are talking to someone, in a way, like this is what Eckhart Tolle is saying in the book, you don't need to, like, use all your energy, like money, like take all my, like, right? So in a way, you need to preserve some of your energy inside of your body. And this is really going to help you to be anchored in the present moment.
Yes.
Hey,
It's
everyone.
a it's being present in the moment is something that, when again, it's counterintuitive. It's not something that we're taught to do, because our
Mhm.
brain says, we need to be productive, we need to be thinking about the future,
Yeah,
we need to keep on going.
yeah,
So taking a moment, and as we've discussed, honoring the pause, honoring the break, sort of thing, and being centered and bringing yourself into the moment. Well, now that becomes, you're now conscious of your energy, you're conscious of your space, and you also become very conscious of others and their energy and their space. So,
yeah,
becoming aware of your reaction, um is
exactly.
I mean, now and then, again, that usually, if you feel negative or badly about that, well, now that signals there's a place that needs to be healed, right?
Yes.
Because you're getting irritated by it. Well, now there's something that corresponds with this.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing, that a lot of the time when we are being triggered, sometimes triggers are invitation, especially if you're being triggered from the same type of triggers, like if it's like different people, but the same trigger. This is, but, this is for another life, because a lot of the time, like you said, triggers are an inner invitation to, maybe there's something that I need to look out, right? Because even though a lot of people, because a lot of the people that trigger you, they're a lot of the time they're like, there's someone that said they're like they're sacred teachers, right? Because after, okay, you've been triggered, you've been reactive, and then there will be like, afterwards when you calm down, you know what? If you have like a little bit of awareness, if you have like a little bit of awareness, so you're going to reflect, right? You're going to do some self reflection, and you know what? Why did I respond in that way? Why did I react?
What did that bring out in me?
Yeah, what did that? Yeah, exactly. And you know what? And okay, so sometimes we said that we don't have control over the other people behaviors or what kind of people are being attracted into our life. In a way,
Yeah.
we have, right? Because just know this, because sometimes when like in a really like not that good period in your life, you're going to attract like some kind of weird experiences. And you're like, what? What's
Mhm.
going on here? Right? So, but
Exactly.
this is just reflection. And again, it's not permanent. So just be compassionate with yourself. But when it in regards to other people, that's your job to protect your energy, right? And you don't have control over how other people behave or respond to you, right? You have, excuse me, you have control over yourself, right? Okay, so start to be aware. Start to ask yourself, why are you feeling drained when you talk to this person? Maybe that person is just all about gossiping and all about, about negative stuff or hating on people or whatever. And maybe at a certain point you resonate with those kind of behavior, but now you know that, you don't want to entertain that kind of energy, and you don't want to put your energy. So that's okay to distance yourself from those type of people. And also that's okay also to allow yourself to be yourself, because in the past I had like people that I told them like straight up, they start to gossip or stuff. I don't, you know what, I'm not about gossiping, so if you want to
Nope.
continue this conversation, I have no problem, but I don't want to hear what you're saying about that person or that person. I don't care. So that's okay to 100% be yourself, and, just to be
Yeah.
straight up about it. So this is about, and when you also, this is part of the solution, allow yourself to be yourself 100%. And if the other person is, don't accept that, it's actually not your problem,
Nope.
right?
Exactly. Exactly. And another thing I wanted to bring up as well is while you are becoming conscious of the energies, the frequencies, the vibrations of the people that you hang out with, as you are progressing on your spiritual journey and you are showing yourself to be more authentic and that light, that, that higher vibration that comes through you, be conscious of what it is that you are attracted to, people, groups of people that you're attracted to that match and bring up vibrations together, sort of thing. Because we were talking about feeling drained, there's also the opposite. There are the people that by being with them you feel like just absolutely
Uplifted.
energized after, and those are the people that you do not need to have really a shield with.
Yeah,
Everything is just, it's awesome, it's pure, it's good, it flows, like everything
exactly.
just, if you
And
had a
you're
magic
allowed,
8 ball, all signs point to yes.
yes. And also, you're allowed to be yourself. We're not talking about like toxic positivity. Oh, don't be positive and stuff. Sometimes that's okay to have like our bad days or whatever. Just be yourself, but in a more, with a deep level, just to be aware. What are you surrounding yourself with, right? right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? It's all about the balance. It's all about the balance. Because sometimes you don't feel like going outside, to be in a crowded mall or whatever, but sometimes you feel good about it, right? So it's all about you know yourself better than anyone. And you know when you maybe need to retreat a little bit or to protect your energy or to disengage from certain people. Or maybe you can be outside in public, but you always have the tools to protect yourself, right? So it's all about if you want the tools, being present, feel your inner body, like feel like you're anchored to the ground, right? So your energy, it's not going to, be out all the time, right? And uh, allow you, imagine a ball of energy around surrounding your body, and imagine you have a bullseye in your chest, and you can pull your energy back anytime. Okay, so
Yep.
this is yes. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. Okay, or if you're watching the replay, feel free to make a comment. And Manny, final words.
Oh, I'm sure we could talk about this all day, but
Mm-hmm.
feeling just in the closing notes,
Yes,
is that the feeling drained is not a failure. It becomes an awareness. It's a gauge that you
exactly,
develop, sort of thing. You didn't, and number two, this is a great one. You don't have to carry what isn't yours. You choose to carry what it is that you choose to carry energetically, emotionally, spiritually, the whole
exactly,
9 yards. It's your choice. And just because somebody tells you about it or gives it to you doesn't mean you have to keep it. It's not meant for yours. You're also, and you pointed this out earlier, you're allowed to choose peace over chaos. That is a
exactly.
huge one.
And
And as you were talking about when you're learning to protect your energy, is that your energy becomes stronger when you learn how
exactly.
to work with it, when you protect it.
And you
These
know
are
what?
all amazing things.
Yeah, and this is our responsibility to protect our energy. No one is going to do it for you. And I know for a lot of, excuse me, empaths, it's really hard. It's about the boundaries, right? And about allowing yourself to be yourself around people. So you won't feel so drained. You won't feel like you have to be someone that you are not just to, to keep the peace, right? No,
Exactly.
no, it's all about being 100% your authentic self.
Yours.
And if you know that it's just going to, give you a lot of headaches, so just, just limit your exposure to certain people. And if it's family members, especially if it's family member, this is your responsibility because overall, you came into the world to live your life. You know, I'm not
Exactly.
I'm not saying to not be to be disrespectful. You can be respectful, and also sometimes we can love people from afar.
Yes. Yeah, we can only meet people where they are, and everybody's on a journey. So we don't,
Yes,
we don't get to judge. We can
yes.
only, yeah,
As Rich is saying, being aware of one's environment is vital.
absolutely. Thanks very much for that point.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes, and once you start reading energy and reading brooms and reading people, you'll realize actually the more you it's like a muscle, the more you exercise it, the easier it is to
hmm,
discern. It takes a minimal amount of effort. So I know Rich there is cognizant of that, definitely.
yes, yes. Okay, so, and I want to point out that feel free to take advantage of my free 30-minute clarity call that I offer. So the link is down below. Feel free to apply. And Mani, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for watching, right? We
Thank you so
appreciate you
much.
so much. Yeah, we
We
appreciate you
do.
so much. And we are here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. So yeah, feel free to comment. We love you, Manny,
Oh,
our
here we
little
go.
heart.
And there we go.
Yay!
Ta-da!
Bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye
everybody.
bye.
Bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful week.
Bye bye.